Good evening, race fans. Welcome into race 2 of the Affinity Racing Series Next Gen Season 3 here in the Irish Hills of Michigan International Speedway here tonight for 100 laps, as always, with my co-commentator Art. How are we doing tonight?
I'm real excited to be back with Race Affinity. Missed a week due to Daytona being pushed back a day. So, back here for Michigan.
It took a week off, so Sonoma postponed to later in the season. But here is the race information tonight. 2 laps of qualifying to set the grid for the 100-lap main event. 55% fuel capacity. Fuel run anywhere 24 to 28 laps, maybe 30. Could go a little bit higher if needed. 5 total sets of tires, 1 starter, 4 in the pits, 0 fast repairs, 3 green-white checkers if needed, with the third being the point of no return, and as always, benefiting the NASCAR Foundation. That's our charitable cause this season. We'll get the link pinned in chat here shortly, but let's go ahead and get you right into the on-track action as qualifying is just about getting underway here. Let's see. Looks like it'll be Cale McClenny setting the first time of the evening, immediately beat by Kyle Ritchie. So we'll see who can come out on top. Perrin Huggins was quick in practice, as was Sean Anderson, and Matt Frady making his season debut tonight. Let's go see if we can find one of them. And here is the 40 machine making his first start in the Next Gen Series. Currently P9 as it stands. Kyle Ritchie on top of the board, 39.36. Sean Anderson, third. That's where he was in practice. Let's go on board with Matt Frady. Just a little crack of the throttle. And he's right back into it. Across the line here, nearly 190 miles an hour plus. Second lap for Matt Frady, P2, 39.29. Top of the board, though, it is Nick Sipple in the 75.
James Filler's going to jump to P2.
29.25 gap tightening at the top. Perrin Huggins, his first lap good enough for P11. In the 24 machine, Tenold Galvin Racing, Trinity PC machine. Down the back straightaway, let's see if he can find some improvement. As it is just 25 hundredths of a second separating your top two.
Ooh, got a new man on pole, Thomas Green.
39.22. It is 3 1,000ths of a second. Cabe McClenny also going faster. He's about to cross the line. Perrin Huggins going quick as well. Huggins gets it
on pole
by 1/10 of a second. An incredible lap. 39.10. Backing up the speed that he had in practice. Here's Brandon Bowers. He's been so quick over the past 2 seasons. We'll see what he has here. Down the back straightaway. Still in his testing paint scheme, or I guess the dark horse. He's going all black, I guess. Through 3 and 4. A little bit loose. Caught the apron just a tiny bit. Just under 30 seconds when he crosses the line. Brandon Bowers, P11 in the number 11. Cody B. Johnson going to come finish his lap. In the 08 is 21st. He'll go all the way to top of the board. Another 39-1. It's a tie. 39-103. They're going to have to go to the 10,000 second bracket to break it. Holy cow.
Glad iRacing can see what that final number is, but I can't.
It is a 39.103 something to a 39.103 something. Holy cow. It's literally down to the 10th 1,000th of a second marker. Almost as close, or even closer than the Atlanta finish we had. last night. So that's how close the margins are. Just in qualifying, but we're ready to race here. 100 laps. The battle for pole was good. Let's see who gets the win after 100 laps as we start to grid up.
We're going to talk about some non-qualifiers. Nick A. Miller. He's going to be starting, at best 28th.
Yeah, 38 drivers here tonight. We basically filled it out from the next gen guys, and then making an appearance from the next up series. We have one of those in the field tonight. That will be Casey Herring. It looks like he'll roll off 28th, aligned with TTSL Motorsports. He's in the 123 tonight. His paint scheme has it as the 54, but when you're a next up driver, the numbers kind of get assigned last minute. But Casey Herring making his debut in the next gen series as well here tonight. Jonathan Shorts making his season debut for Speed Zone Esports. But it's going to be a good one. We'll see if we get all 38 of them to grid up. But Cody B. Johnson, the man on pole. Waiting on just a few others to grid up. Got about 20 seconds left on that process. Looks like Nick Miller I don't think is going to get up in time. Neither is McElroy or Casey Herring. We're missing a couple guys that'll start from the pits. We'll see if they actually make it. Looks like maybe 5 or 6 are going to start from the pits here this evening. Let's see if it's planned or not. And there's Nick Miller. He does make it just last second. And he'll be starting.
Saw Von Henschel come in late there.
Right at the tail end of the field. We're waiting on our fearless leader, Michael McElroy, William Bowman, and Dylan Failvich. Failvich qualified. And there's McElroy and William Bowman, the only man. Waiting on him to grid up from the 22nd slot. Don't think he'll be able to do so. But we're ready to rock and roll here with or without William Bowman. And there he is.
You just had to wait till the last second.
Last
you just gotta be that kind of
second.
person.
The pace car should be rolling any second now. This feels like an abnormally long grid, but here we go. They're now able to roll off.
Yeah, for some reason it was set to 3 minutes.
Well, it worked out for a couple guys. But pace car is finally rolling. Cody B. Johnson will get us rolling down pit road. As it is a field of 38 here tonight. They all made it in. And looks like Failvich. I'm not sure what happened to him. But he towed already. He didn't pull off, and he's got something going on. So he'll be starting from pit road. So 37 will be rolling off pit road, all the way back to Nick Miller.
We got about half a lap to make our picks to win. Who you got?
Good point. Yeah, they're just going to have to catch up at the back of this field. But give me, as Brandon Richard is just now coming off pit road, they're going to have to, they might have to delay this. Give me tonight. Give me Perrin Huggins from P2. He was quick in practice. He's in a statistical tie for pole. You got a lot of strong options out there, though, so let's see. Go ahead and give me who you got.
Give me Matt Frady.
In his debut. All right.
Yeah.
We have not delayed the green guys at the back.
They have. But the pace car is off.
Oh, it's a mess. I was gonna say, guys at the back, they're still digging. Yeah, that was just weird how long it took for some guys.
Waited way too long to delay the caution. But that's what we have when we have the best race control in iRacing.
Cool.
Gonna make him mad in chat.
Does this mean Failvich gets to roll off? I don't know if that's gonna count as a lap or not. It's all a sham. But yeah, it was a longer grid process. It was something else. I'll tell you what. Just gonna build that suspense just a little bit longer. That's all. Look at the guys in the back of the pack. Von Henschel didn't qualify. He'll start 30th. We know he's got some speed. Casey Herring, I've seen him a couple of times around the service. He's got some decent speed. Scarabo back in the pack. The McClenny, the younger McClenny brother. Be curious. This is a strong field here tonight. Be curious to see what happens. Also be curious to see what happens here with the laps. Whether or not the pace car pulled off, I don't know. But they're all here. All 37 of them. And then there's Dylan Failvich just like, all right, what's going on? But lights are off on the pace cars. It looks like we'll be back underway pretty quick here.
Potentially.
All 37 cars in the field. Pace car.
Big gap in that outside line.
It's back off, and we're getting ready to go racing here. It's Cody B. Johnson through the Geico restart zone, and we are finally green. Second race of the season underway. Clean start from both lines.
I think we're already 3 wide in the back.
Looks pretty tame so far, but maybe all the way towards the back, and Failvich allowed to roll, so all 38 cars underway.
Ooh, someone is sideways.
4 wide!
In the wall.
Oh, huge contact. Already opening lap, the 27 machine. Joshua McQuiggan hard into the wall. Sean Anderson involved. Jacob Thornton. Casey Herring. Jarrett Talmadge destroyed. And Dylan Failvich wonders what the heck happened off of turn number 2 there. Tony Scarbo jumping to pit road immediately. And that is certainly a way to open up this race. Let's go take a look at what the heck happened. You said they were 3 wide back of the pack. This starts way up the field.
Yeah, this starts with McQuiggan.
Let's back this up a bit. What happens? Probably inside the top, like just actually 5th row right here. He's down on the very bottom here. He just goes up and just loses it.
He taps Kyle Ritchie and just spins himself.
Yeah, but I noticed here on the entry, at least at Michigan specifically, that far bottom groove, that first lane down on the bottom, very loose. You can see he's loose there. And then he just slides up the racetrack, like you said, into Kyle Ritchie, turns himself, snaps up into the 27 machine. There goes Sean Anderson. It's Jarrett Talmadge that got a lot. Casey Herring late. But what happens here with Scarbo that made him tow? There's a separate incident. Oh, it's him and Schwartz and Kyle Ritchie again getting involved in the secondary wreck. And he loses it off of turn 2, collects Schwartz and Bowers and Alex Chira. Holy cow.
Ooh, I have to bring this up just because it's funny. Brandon Bowers said, watch out for that 10 car, he's a weapon, at the start of the race, because he's talking about his friend.
Right.
He then jokingly says, and the 29 too.
Which
McQuiggan follows up, yeah, the 29 sucks. Watch him. You can't say that about yourself and then immediately make it true.
And then wreck the back half of the field. Wild. All right.
He is gone.
Yeah, no fast repair, so a lot of guys already in a hole. Wow. So
McQuiggan.
The big movers from this, Nick Miller goes from dead last to 12th without having to do a thing. Jeffrey Rudick goes from 36 to 13th. Kevin Boley plus 15. Cale McClenny plus 13. Holy cow. That was a lot there. And just 2 corners to take in.
I mean, that's kind of what they did at Atlanta.
Yeah, they took inspiration
They made it a lap.
Yeah. We got, how does one join this league? I want in an ARCA league so bad. Well, this is the next gen. I was about to post a link myself. This is the next gen series. This is their premiere series. You would have to start in the Next Up series first off, which is kind of a collection of cars. And if you perform well there, you could get promoted. But I do recommend it. It's got some good racing. Just ignore lap 1 here. Be alright. But it looks like Scarbo, he towed. I think the right front toe link when he got into shorts there is goodbye. Talmadge is somehow made it off of pit road. And I know a lot of guys are broke back here, but they are somehow on the lead lap. So we'll just kind of see. We'll just sort it out here in a second. Biggest loser of that is obviously Joshua McQuiggan. Went from 9th to dead last, and that's where he'll stay. He's done.
Would you really say the biggest loser is him whenever he, I would say anyone involved.
Right. I'm talking about position-wise. He lost 29 spots.
Caught up in his stuff.
Jared Talmadge lost 20. Kyle Ritchie down 25. Bowers down 17. It's tough out here. It is tough. Big damage. Lap 1, turn 2.
This is what happens when Canadians race.
But interestingly enough, in that 2 corners, we had a lead change. Perrin Huggins was able to get through turn 1 a little bit better than Cody B. Johnson. He takes the lead of the race. And there's a guy who can restart zone. We're back underway. Great restart there. Not so much in the back of the pack. Got some big gaps. There's Rudick under pressure.
Already 3 wide once
Alex
again.
Shearer. They've learned nothing. They're going for it. Michael McElroy.
It wasn't even going 3 wide. That was the problem.
Watch the mid-pack here.
Dropping like a rock.
It's very easy to get loose, especially on cold tires here at Michigan. But they need a lap or 2 to get the initial heat cycle on these tires. Once they do that, we should see them settle in, hopefully. First couple laps, especially if you get on the very bottom. There's a lot going on in the back of this pack. Cars scattered everywhere. Try and keep up. We got a car go through the grass almost. Perrin Huggins leads the first lap under green.
Here's someone in the wall. I'm just looking for everything. I think that's our fearless leader, 83, Michael McElroy in the wall.
He's under pressure. Behind him from Doug Esel. He's trying to put the pressure on Dylan Failvich. That's Bowers a little loose through 3 and 4 there. He'll lose a handful of positions. Quickest man.
I'm excited to see tonight. Taco Bell car top 10.
Ryan Tiller says one of his best ever paint schemes. And right now he's +9 in the 10th position. Got teammates all around him. It's Nick Miller, your biggest mover. He's +30. And he was the quickest man on the racetrack last time by 39.15. Nearly 3 wide on the exit of 4. He's to the inside of Cale McClenny. And he'll have drafting help from fillers and arms behind him. Ooh!
That was close there, Nick Miller.
He went for it. These guys have a history at the All-Star race last season. The younger McClenny rode. There is a history here. We'll see if they remember it, but we are getting racy up inside the top 10. Randy Arms set the fastest lap last lap. It's all Perrin Huggins out front by 0.4 of a second over Cabe McClenny in the 05. Side by side here for the 6th position. Filler's going to the low.
It's a hard charging Nick Miller there.
+32. I think he's got the biggest mover locked up here tonight.
I mean, he could easily be wrecked out, but
they have settled into a rhythm now. There's a gap, I would say. Is that Scarbo coming back out? there's a gap to 13th. 1.1 seconds separates 13th from 12th. Then there's another group. And then another 2 seconds back to 23rd. And then it's kind of scatters on through the back of this field. As 35 cars on the lead lap. Brandon French heavily damaged after a significant time on pit road. Tony Scarbo back in after 1 lap to fill out the damage.
There's no way Nick Miller's tires can hold up, right? 'Cause he's making a pass for third.
I'm just saying, when you pass 20 cars for free, you don't have to... Oh, what a block there from the 08. And Nick Miller's got right front damage. I don't know if that was him getting into the wall or contact specifically with the 08, but that was tight.
He's still going to make it work. He's going to gain the position.
Through to third. See if that damage impacts him long term, but right now, Nick Miller up into the podium spots. Doug Ezel down the back straightaway here. Cranks a hard left.
He manually disconnected, so there's something going on there.
Right, bringing it to a halt, and he's done.
We got a hard racing back here for about 8th position. Cale McClenny and Randy Arms. Nick Sipple.
It's hard to break the draft here, so a lot of side-by-side guys trying to work together to get through. It's not necessarily a super speedway, but you definitely would love to have someone in front of you pulling you around this 2-mile oval. Look at this mess back here, just inside the top 20. We're 3 wide, almost 4, almost 5. Almost 5 wide on the exit of turn number 2. Now they've settled down to 3 wide. Look at the 18 machine right there.
They are bump drafting.
Oh, now there's going to be contact. Save it, save it, save it. Lucas Reed.
Come on, Von Henschel.
What a save from Lucas Reed. Von Henschel got in a little deep. Got right into the left rear of the 03, but they saved it. Holy cow, that could have been bad.
You see, you got 5 cars right on top of each other. 2 trying to wreck each other.
Look at this single file train. Everyone's just realizing it's worth it to, work together, stay in line, don't burn your tires up, save a little bit of fuel.
Did you see that James Filler's trying to make a pass for 4th?
But it depends on the draft, though, because you look at it, Cody B. Johnson, he stays up in line, and ahead of him, Nick Miller stays up in line, so he's got the drafting help. Filler's no drafting help down the front stretch, and he'll lose the spot there, but gonna try and hold on the bottom.
They really are just giving it to each other. A lot more bump drafting than I really expected.
Only 14 laps in.
Contact.
Filler's a little tight there on the bottom. That's Thomas Green. Links out just a little bit. See here, no help again for Fillers. Green getting pulled along in the drafts. We enter turn 1 at nearly 200 miles an hour. The top 12 separated by 1.9 seconds. Let's go on board here with Ryan Tillert. On the back straightaway. He is the caboose in this 12-car pack. Let's see, there's someone getting a little bit loose. That's Nick Miller, and he's making a pit stop. Very early. And it's scheduled for him. This is interesting.
He did run, like, from 30th to 3rd.
So this will be very interesting. Nick Miller. Oh. And never mind.
Ooh.
He gone.
Oh, okay.
All right. Not sure what happened there, but let's see if we can find any information out. Let's go back, see what happened just before he came down to make a pit stop. He was just sitting there in that third position. Cody B. Johnson right behind him. And so there's no random like incident, no damage that he was like, oh, I'm just gonna call it a night. But I don't see anything wrong with that car. But he's done after gaining 35 spots almost. Ah, he qualified. Okay, there you go. Got another league obligation. FTF also runs on Monday night. That was. I'm glad we got some clarification. I was like, huh? Fair enough.
FTF, not ARS. ARS is better. I'll tell myself.
18 laps in here, so that puts Cabe McClenny up to second. Cody B. Johnson back into the third position. Top 6 really battling it out here. Oh, more contact with Fillers and that 75 machine. Fillers getting a little tight. He'll take the position. You can just see, all of a sudden, it starts to spread out a little bit.
Nick Miller making a call from chat saying if Cabe gets the lead, it will potentially be over since he has the best tires.
And he is just kind of sitting in line, hunting. Oh, there's trouble behind. It's Fillers and Simple again. Way down to the inside. Great way to keep it out of the inside wall. And there was more contact with the 75. Oh, that could be a little bit of payback. Let's see.
I think we're going to have... there's going to be some fun on the track if they ever get near each other.
That's rough. Doesn't hit anything, but his tires are gone. Yeah, I mean... yeah. Real quick, one more time. We'll take a look on board. No caution.
Ooh, we've lost Casey Brown due to a blue packet loss.
Oh, I don't know. That's just... Ooh, man. You be the judge. Fillers doesn't hit anything, but... he's back down to 25th. And that's how spread out this pack got. He does not go to the last car on the lead lap. It is a big spread all the way back here to Jarrett Talmadge. 26 seconds off the lead. He's doing his best, all right, with no hood. Nearly.
Like, I'm going to say, I don't think it was intentional, but you try telling that to a driver.
Right. Fillers is going to think it's intentional. Here we go. Battle for the lead. Cody B. Johnson got around Cabe McClenny while all that was happening. Here's how he did it. To the inside of that 05. Just stuffs it up deep. He'll slide up right in between first and second. Now he's going to be trying to find a way around Perrin Huggins. And how much of that is Cabe McClenny just using that experience, saying, hey, go get him. You battle with him, I'll save my tires. I know Nick Miller's not here anymore, but I was really excited to see kind of the Thomas Green v. Nick Miller for a third season. They've been going at it back and forth. Nick Miller won it in amazing fashion. Season 1. Thomas Green gets it back in Season 2. You say, all right, who gets the best of 3? But now it's Cabe McClenny in the mix. Cody B. Johnson, Perrin Huggins, obviously this group of 4. We're looking at some of the early favorites potentially for a championship.
And Nick Miller really went from, battling internet connection issues to does he want to be connected issues?
No, I understand it from his point of view. It's hard to qualify into those sectors, so I get it. About Ryan Tiller, P6 right now. He's having a great run, and then just behind this, how about this mess? Look at the Failovich pushing Bowers right past Randy Arms. There's Casey Brown. He's reconnected. Matt Frady holding his own very nicely in his next-gen debut. Started 7th. That's where he's running. Doing a fine job. Brandon Richard update. He's +5 in the 25.
And Randy, and just wondering how much he ran those tires down. He's down to 10th. From battling for a top 5 down to 10th.
Wide right here. Hang on to it, Devin Galvin, Cale McClenny, Von Henschel. 3 wide in the 3-car pack. McClenny and Von Henschel on the high side. Devin Galvin trying to make inroads all by himself. 95 not going away quietly.
We've got drivers spitting in. Randy Arms, Ryan Tiller.
Oh, look at the aggressiveness from Arms. Passes his teammate on pit entry. And McElroy. So this is right in the middle of the fuel run. I do have one caution. Let's see who blinks first from your 4 leaders, if anybody. Jacob Thornton and William Bowman also in. Like Cody B. Johnson was thinking about it. He was a little bit lower there, but now Cade McClenny back to 2nd. Thomas Green going to give a nice shove in the front stretch to that 08 machine. Kevin Boley is in. Kyle Ritchie is in. Jeffrey Rudick is in. Shorts heavily damaged on that lap 1 crash, still chugging along. But it has been clean since the lap 1 crash, and Cade McClenny blinks first. We'll see if that prompts an instant response from the top 3. Here comes Nick Sipple. Oh, he smoked it! Oh, can he hang on to it? Alex Chira, Cale McClenny is in. Oh, man, he's hot in, too. We'll see if that's a penalty. Very hot on the entry.
Getting word from race control, McElroy missed his box.
You hate to see it. But who blinks first now from this top 3? Cade McClenny going to have the benefit of 1 lap newer tires. Looks like they're all coming in. They're all going to follow each other. Oh, Cody B. Johnson a little bit more aggressive on the entry. They're racing all the way onto pit entrance. Look at this. Good stuff. Thomas Green says, please wreck each other. There's the 16 machine coming out. That's Pendergrass. So this could get a little dicey. 3 wide of the pit lane. 24's got to merge in. The 08 has to as well. Oh, it's a sham. They all make it somehow, barely. The 08, oh, he overshoots his box.
Cody B. Johnson's too far forward. This is perfect for Cabe. He came in with no traffic.
Absolutely. Here he comes off of turn number 4. Aaron Huggins will be the first away. Did he take 2 tires? It's 11 seconds.
There's a good chance he took 2 tires.
Or did he just... That was a very quick stop. It has to be 2 tires for Aaron Huggins. And Cade McClenny's going to wonder what in the heck happened there. I beat Thomas Green and Cody B. Johnson, but not Aaron Huggins. Thought I had that perfectly.
I mean, he's still going to run down.
If it is 2 tires, you would assume he catches them anyways, but you're just kind of like, huh. A little early on to try something. The top 5 have stayed out on the racetrack. Dylan Failvich led the last lap. And he's going to bring Joshua Parent and Andrew Tenold in. And Casey Herring going to come in right with Chris Pinder. Oh, there, everyone's just locking it up. So I'll be very curious to see how Parent holds his own here on his first get up to speed lap. It's 1.1 seconds now. Green flag pit stop's an excellent way to break up the pack.
Pack that was already pretty broken up. I'm just going to get our front runners now involved in, lap down traffic.
So last lap, 39.51 for Perrin, 39.48. So almost a statistical tie. Tommy Screen, another 1.5 seconds back. And Cody B. Johnson, 2 seconds back from that. He missed his box.
And even on their, their get up to speed laps, they're slower.
Perrin. Yeah, because you look at the pit lane time, he was 41.15 seconds through pit road. In the actual pit stop, 11.83 seconds. That is quicker than everybody else. And it's working for him right now. He's got clean air. He's got 31 cars put a lap down. Talmadge, I'll just give mad props to. The fact that he stayed on the lead lap this long with this car is incredible. He's hoping for a caution to get something fixed, but we're really spread out now. Not a whole lot going on. Closest battle on track right now is for 16th, 17th, and 18th. Anderson loose off of turn 2. He'll give that spot up to Von Henschel. He does save it.
That time by Perrin was faster than Cabe.
Von Henschel going for the 2 for 1. Got around Sean Anderson and has maybe half a car length on Kevin Boley. Get off into turn number 1, so Von Henschel battling away. Looks like he'll get the move done. Up into 16th spot in his debut. The independent driver. A lot of traffic now, guys on mixed strategies. Is there a penalty for Cale McClelney on that last stop? Because he was running inside the top 20, but he spent 1:28 seconds in his box, and he just has gone a lap down.
He did get in there pretty hot.
Perrin's actually starting to stretch his advantage now. What a turnaround this would be from 1 week ago, or 2 weeks ago now at this point. Started from the back at Daytona, did not get the cautions that they needed, and he just parked it. He got so off sequence that there was no point for him to continue. He was multiple laps down. Nearly at the back of the pack, trying to go the complete opposite. Look at this. They're snaking in the draft like they're the Indy 500.
Hey, you gotta read up on the new rules. They just banned some of it.
Yeah, not in
NASCAR.
NASCAR.
Now.
I find that to be incredibly lame. If some man's willing to meet the pit road wall head on to try and win the Indy 500, let him.
No.
Let him.
Oh, and I want to point out, Thomas Green has been running qualifying laps since he came out of the pits to try and catch back up to Cam McClelney. And he's right there, but his tires are not going to be here for long.
Half a second now. He's in the draft. Maybe he'll try and back it up a little bit, but we got a mess forming back here. Cody B. Johnson leads this next group. And Ryan Taylor, Alex Chira's had a solid night. Finished 31st at Daytona. Uncharacteristic of TTSL, they didn't really have the best race compared to what we've seen from them at Super Speedway. But they're having a solid night now, with Chira leading the way, obviously. A couple drivers have some damage for them. Kyle Ritchie, one of them, but he has rebounded back to 15th. So that's a decent recovery for that 76 machine. He had big damage on the first lap of the race. Ryan Tiller continuing the battle.
Ooh, there might be contact here between
That's
Cale and
more
Bowers.
than contact. They were stuck together through 3 and 4 there. Holy cow. And Cale, that's why I think he had a penalty, because he's had some decent speed, but he is obviously way off cycle now. He is down in 31st position.
I feel like it's pretty obvious that he had a penalty if he spent over a minute in the pits.
There's the update from Race Control. Jeffrey Rudick update to the 07 machine. He started in the 36th position avoided the first lap chaos, runs 28th with a clean race car, and he's on the lead lap for a couple more laps as it stands, because Perrin Huggins is flying. Cabe McClenney's starting to close, though. We got battles all over this racetrack we're trying to keep up with. Joshua Parent, Sipple. Two-car tandem right there. There's Lucas Reed and Andrew Tenold. Back here on Henschel, Pinder, Herring, Anderson, Bowley. We got Devin Galvin, James Jimmy Fillers on the slow climb back up after he got spun out of the top 5 all the way down to 25th after contact with the 75 of Nick Sipple. And he is on that slow grind, one at a time, trying to work his way back up through the field and salvage something here. Hey, Thomas Creed's still going, though. He's even cut that deficit down to 2.5 tenths. He was half a second last time you mentioned it. He said he was doing qualifying laps every lap, and he is right here on the back of Cabe McClenney.
He's got himself, like, within distance to, make that stop with Cabe again.
Absolutely.
Not going to let him get undercut, and hopefully not going to get slowed down on pit road next time. Because that was a major factor in, him having to run those laps. Along with, Perrin potentially taking two.
You wonder if maybe they could work together and draft up the Perrin Huggins, who's dealing with some heavy lap traffic. Here's for the back, Kyle Ritchie. You saw the inputs on the wheel there. He got in just a little bit hot there on Chris Pinder and had to make some small adjustments there. Oh, and he's now really loose out of turn 2 for his troubles.
Behind him, Pinder into the wall.
And that was Jarrett Talmadge, also very loose out of turn number 2. Obviously, he's going to have a lot of aero damage. He's just trying to see if he can get some free spots, maybe with another wreck or something. Bowers and Cale McClenney. He's going to get compromised on the exit. Here comes Cody B. Johnson. But that is patience from that 08. He's saying, you know what, we don't need to fight. We need to see if we can work together and catch up to this next group. He had the momentum. He probably easily could have taken the run. He's going to try and stay in line and work together. They want to dispatch the lap car, I would imagine. Bowers with a little bit of a side draft there, so I think he's saying, hey, just let us go. You can draft them behind us. And everyone would be better off for it.
Cale, he was trying to fight back there. He was not going to go easily, but Bowers was able to make the move work.
Daniel Pendergrass. What happened here? He just got on that transition, I guess. Just went a little bit too far down. I'll get a 1X. Yeah, impressed with Casey Herring's race so far. He was caught up in that lap 1 crash as well. I know he's in the next up series, but he's recovered to nearly a top 15. Doing a nice job. And Thomas Green, I am impressed with how he caught Cabe McClenney, and he's still right there.
We have finally lost Tony Scarbo.
Yeah, he didn't catch it. He did not get a break. He should have kept going, though, because Richard's been on pit road for 7 minutes. If he would have just went 5 more laps, he would have passed him.
I know he's streaming. I'm going to go see what's going on.
The gap is a second back to Cabe McClenney.
He's not live anymore. I think that's him
He's
out of
called
the race.
it. Yeah, he's called it a night. Yeah, Scarbo, you got a free spot if you want it.
Come back, Scarbo.
That is Brandon French. He's had some big damage right from the start of the race as well. Goes another lap down. Thomas Green gets around him as well. Let's go on board here with Huggins. Let's just see what he sees. He's got a little bit of lap traffic. He's actually getting a nice tow right now from Jeffrey Rudick. Every little bit helps. If you can draft off of a car just for a little bit, we'll take it. Take what you can get. Just pretty steady right now on the inputs. Holds a 1 second lead and doing a nice job. A complete turnaround from last week, or 2 weeks ago at Daytona. Riding that high line through 1 and 2. Gets a great run off.
He's getting right there by that wall.
I will say Jeffrey Rudick has improved tremendously from the last time we saw him, which was a couple of seasons ago. He's holding his own. He actually ran a quicker lap last lap than Perrin Huggins. You know, we had some. I have had some conversations with him trying to get him to come over here and race with us, and he finally did last season. Got promoted, and
he's even faster that time.
Yeah, he's holding his own right now. I mean, it's good to see. I'm glad to see the improvement. And we got some guys that are stuck in and committed to this thing. It's always fun to see. He's got a couple guys right in front of him. Michael McElroy, Jonathan Schwartz battling out. Schwartz, another one of those guys, didn't really get off the starting blocks. Had a lot of damage on lap 1 contact with his teammate. There goes Jeffrey Rudick to the inside, trying to complete the pass.
Apparently the 75 nearly died on the backstretch.
Simple. Let's take a look. That would have been
lap 47.
A lap ago.
It would have been on lap 47.
Oh, so here we go. Oh, very loose, very loose, very loose, very loose. He was fighting that thing for half the back straightaway.
Hey, he got out with it.
Hey, you didn't hit nothing.
Something happened to Jeffrey as he has now been lapped as well.
He might have just given it up. Saw the leaders coming and he kind of backed out of it, but didn't see any damage on his car. Gabe McClenny now down to 8.5 tenths of a second. He is slowly closing in. You know he'd love to be closer. Right before pit stops. Got to crank it up, Redemption. Why not? First time tonight as we are approaching halfway. Michigan 100. Let's crank it up. Oh, and that's going to be trouble. Casey Brown the wrong way on the back straightaway.
Orbit.
Yellow is out. Crank it up, curse strikes again. And that was the darndest thing. Crank it up, and there's just Casey Brown sitting there.
Was he exiting pit road here? He was. Ooh.
Let's go take a look at what happened. That gave me the summary, but I believe I can... Oh, yep. That's gonna hurt. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No good there. He just catches that transition just enough. Oh, I know Randy Arms has a good look at this. We back it up. Caution came out a little bit late, but here's Randy Harm's point of view.
Saying they all got through cleanly is a bit of a stretch. With how spread out everyone is on the track, him having to back up on the track would have been a problem either way.
Randy's probably like, hello and goodbye. That's my teammate. Hate to see it. Wow. So that resets everything. We were just getting ready for pit stops. Just want to check one thing. There we go. Good enough. All right. So that'll give everybody, that's a reset. That's huge for guys like Filler, and look who he's right behind. It just always works out that way, don't it? But hate it for Rudick. He had just pitted right before that. And maybe Thornton did as well. Yeah, if you don't throw the yellow, you just force him to make a decision. And I think he would have towed anyways, just knowing what Casey does, how he likes to race. But some people would just be like, well, I'm just going to throw it in reverse. It's a car stopped in the back straightaway at Michigan. I think you got to throw it.
That is a caution. Like,
all right, 10 times out of 10. If he would have spun down to the inside, like by the wall, you don't throw it. But, I mean, he was literally in the racing line, stopped. So it's like, some people don't tow. Casey Brown probably would have. But, like, you know, some people don't tow. And it's like, well, let's just reverse on. You know, let's. You don't want people guessing. It takes the guesswork out of it. Because if somebody doesn't get the memo and they're not, you know, if he reverses down the track and gets killed at 180 miles an hour, then, oh, you didn't throw the caution. There was a car sitting on the back straightaway. You got to throw it.
Or heck, if you have like two guys coming through side by side, one guy could just, you know, I'm not giving you room, bud.
You better lift, or, you know, I'm going to use you as a pick.
Word from race control, 150 people started screaming. I had no idea what was going on. You better get an idea.
Well, this will get us to one more stop. Everyone put it on lap 53. They'll go 25 laps and make their final stop. 26 laps or so. So we got one more stop left for everybody. It looks like we'll have 27 on the lead lap. Or no, maybe 20. Help me.
I still see 27.
27?
I see 27.
There's a 28. It's Pendergrass, the last car. No, it's 27. 27. All right, there we go. Here we go.
Who has stopped on track? Cody B. Johnson has stopped on track.
Ooh, that's interesting. So let's see here. Yeah, I don't know what happened. He's still stuck there. So obviously something's going on with him.
He's now. Oh no, he's going.
He's back. All right. Maybe a technical gremlin he had to sort out, but that'll put him towards the rear of this field. The 27 cars. We got a couple guys fighting for the lucky dog. Daniel Pendergrass, Jeffrey Rudick. Cale McClenney is 2 down, as is Jarrett Talmadge. 31 cars on the track, make it 32. Casey Brown, Brandon Richard on pit road. Everyone else out of the race. But here we go for the restart. Lap 56. Perrin Huggins has been in total control. He enters the Geico restart zone, and we're back underway. Brandon Bowers, an aggressive move already into turn number 1, 3 wide for second.
Caution?
Immediate.
Wait, I saw Cody. Why do I see caution?
It's Travis DeLeon, maybe? That's exactly why. What in the world happened back here to the 15? Hit by Ryan Tiller late. What happened? Let's investigate.
Wait, what? Did he money?
Oh, he money shifted it. Oh, Travis.
Protest the 15.
Oh, no. And his race is done. And in all of that, right behind Michael McElroy, money shifts down into Nick Sibble. Hit by Ryan Tiller. And what happened to Rudick? He was way down there. He just cranks to left and he loses it. Oh, man. On the fresh tires, cranked to hard left to avoid the wreck, and big damage, so that should be lucky dog easy for Pendergrass. Wow. Brandon Bowers was getting ready to full send it there on that restart. He was going 3 wide right into turn number 1. Joshua Parent. Your runner-up 2 weeks ago at Daytona now runs 8th. Still impressed with Matt Frady in his next-gen debut. Casey Herring was 11th. Pitts, though, top off with fuel. And Tiller, I hate it for Ryan Tiller. Got caught up in that through no fault of his own. Lost the entire front clip. Well, it's back now. Never mind. And Jarrett Talmadge, I mean, he's still trying to get that. They're trying to find one to put on. They haven't got there yet. But get some more damage fixed. Maybe he'll be able to compete with the guys on his lap. Who knows?
Yeah, break out of the duct tape and make one. He's only 2 laps down.
If it gets a little silly in the second half of this race, you never know. And there's the smoke billowing out of Travis De Leon's machine. That's actually Brandon Richard's machine. He stayed on pit road so long with the engine running that it blew as well. So somebody got to put that out.
Jake Dowles might be bad luck. Says, I come in and I don't think I've seen 2 laps of green flag racing. Did like well over 40.
Yeah, but somebody got to shut the car off for Richard. Tell him his car's running. But Rudick, I think left front toe link will be dead on him, so that's unfortunate. But here we go. Lap 60 will be the restart. .41 laps to go when we get the restart. 27 cars back on the lead lap. They still didn't find a front clip for Talmadge. He was on pit road for a minute and they just, you know. The Tillers is looking okay. Yeah, Michigan's a tough track. If you get a bunch of aerodynamic damage, I mean, you're screwed. It is very aero dependent. Need to be able to suck up in the draft, have all the horsepower. So it's a bad track to get damage on. But Cale McClenny will be battling Talmadge for the lucky dog. I imagine Cale will have the car underneath him to do it. So that 07 doesn't have a scratch on it, just a pit road penalty that got him off sequence. Here we go for the restart. Lap 60. Aaron Liggins again takes the outside line.
No, those guys behind him want to make moves now, though.
And Bowers, he's now on the top, but he was on the last restart. You saw him. He went to the bottom, was going to take it 3 wide. Here we go. Enters the Geico restart zone. We're back underway.
That top line was ready to go before
Bowers was ready to go.
Oh, we're already going to have 3 1. Oh, Randy Arms was looking. He took a peek, but he was blocked.
Well, Joshua Parent loves a move if he can get to it. We'll see what he elects to do. Now we're side by side for second. Bowers has finally got some decent track position. Contact off turn 2 for several guys. There's someone way loose.
Someone is spinning back there.
I don't know who it is.
It seems like French. No, it's not French.
3 wides. Oh, Chira almost into the left rear of his teammate. Almost hooks that 88. Guys trying to get in line. They don't want to be left out in the draft. Joshua Parent battling. That's the first side-by-side battle. So this teammate, team owner, Andrew Tennell, he's come alive in the second half of this race. Everybody loose off turn 2 that time by.
Ooh, Bowers is making a move. He was real aggressive. He's stuck in
late move to the inside. Backs out of it. Almost gets into the left rear of Parent Huggins. That's going to bring Cade McClain right back into it. There's Thomas Green and Failvich, Chira, and Tennell.
Thomas Green making a move. Bowers making a move.
Failvich way up top. Trying to get some momentum.
3 cars in a line pushing.
No, we got trouble further back. It's Kyle Ritchie. And I believe Casey Herring, yellow, is out. And another car involved as well. It's Nick Sipple, I believe. I'm bored with him. Oh, yep. Oh. Big contact there from the 75. Let's see what happened to... I think it starts with Kyle Ritchie. Let's take a look. Going off turn 2 here. Big damage to the left rear for that 75. Does he check up for McElroy maybe and then get loose? Let's see here. We'll slow it down. Kevin Boley's drifting up. McElroy's drifting up because he's already nearly into the fence. And he's loose already. Nowhere for Sipple to go. And Casey Herring, nowhere to go, will eventually send him around. .75 gets the worst of it.
Too bad.
I mean...
75 could get that fixed if the car handled it well.
It depends on how that left rear held up.
Definitely, yeah.
Some guys further back going to make some pit stops. Here they come. He didn't have to tow. He drove it back around. Same thing with the 76. I think he was just loose off turn 2. Maybe getting out of the throttle, too, had something to do with that. Let's, while we're under yellow here, get the ARS / NASCAR Foundation link finally pinned in chat. We're ready to release it for everybody. This is the donation link this season. That is our Season 3 partnership. And happy to partner with an incredible organization. Obviously, does a lot with NASCAR as well, so that makes it even better. We lost Jeffrey Rudick. I understand that, though, with the tow link. He was on pit road for a while, and but it is very sad when we lose Jeffrey Rudick.
I think we're allowed to make the decision to end the broadcast. We sadly don't get paid for that. We're paid to sit here and talk about the cars turning left. So you can get him in the booth. Hey, if you get him in a chat, we'll get him in the booth.
Your current biggest mover is a tie. Actually, no longer a tie. I guess if it depends, Matt Frady's 9th, I guess. Von Henschel 10th, so that puts him plus 21. Chris Pinder also plus 21, but we'll give it to Von Henschel just because he's ahead, I guess. Coming back here for the restart, lap 66. With 27 cars on the lead lap. Hey, keep reckoning Jonathan Schwartz going to get a good bit of this damage fixed. He could be a contender, at least maybe for a top 10.
Someone tell Scarabo he can get more positions.
Hey, Talmadge actually's got a front clip again. And Cale McClenny, I believe, is only one lap down. He's not out of this yet. I think we got one more caution in this. We did.
I think there's a chance for more than one, but
they didn't give me the script, so I don't know.
I don't think you can script this.
But here we go. Karen Huggins enters the Geico restart zone. We're back underway. Top line not get the best start. Inside line really hooked up here. Bowers through to second. Delrich has come alive. He's plus 11. Bowers trying to clear. And he'll just barely slide up in front of that 88.
Oh, there's contact between Von Henschel and Andrew Tennell.
45. We know he gets aggressive on these restarts, trying to make up spots. He has cracked the top 10 for the first time tonight. And it's getting dicey. Trying to come down and block that 18 machine. And we could have a battle for the lead on our hands here. That's what Bowers elects to do now that he's got track position. How aggressive do you want to be? You know you got one more pit stop to make. Goes Felvich to the inside. Chiro way up top. Look at the mess back here in this mid-pack. Was that,
Ooh, Felvich loose.
That was Lucas Reed all the way nearly touching the wall. Trying to find some speed. I love the CMS paint schemes. They're just so good. It's not even an ad.
I was gonna say, who are you advertising?
Oh, and as I say that, 3 wide, Pinder with Matt Frady, Randy Arms trying to push him cleared through the mess. How they hang on to it, I have no idea. Matt Frady hasn't put a foot wrong all night in his debut. It could have all unraveled there.
Cale McClenny dropped due to download packet loss, by the way.
Download packet loss?
Yes, so he is now 3 laps down.
Yeah, he is officially out of it. Jared Talmadge is your lucky dog with 2 laps down. Nobody else is on his lap, so Talmadge, just keep going, buddy. Battle for the lead. Here comes Brandon Bowers to the inside. McClenny not going with him. And that battle was short-lived. He had no drafting help.
How one McClenny has problems and the other doesn't, I don't know. I'm fairly certain they do live together.
One side of the house forgot to pay the internet bill. I don't know. But look at the drafting help that the 05 has. Blows by Brandon Bowers. He'll take over that second spot. There's Casey Brown just coming out. There are free spots to be had. If you just come out and do a couple of laps. Richard quit about 30 laps ago, so yeah, he's been done. Bowers aggressive on the entry, has to get out. Mid-corner, Thomas Green's right there. Chris Pinder way up top. He's got a huge run, but he'll fall back in line. He had some momentum coming off turn number 4. He's looking for that biggest mover award. He's plus 23. Von Henschel's plus 23, but the tiebreaker goes to the car that finishes ahead. And even further back, look at all this. There's Ryan Siller trying to make his way back up into the top 20. He has a top 10 car. Thornton into the wall. somehow hangs on to it. Cody B. Johnson trying to recover. He had to stop on track earlier for an unknown issue. He has top 5 speed, maybe even race-winning speed. But mired back in traffic with 30 laps to go.
He's got to do his best Nick Miller impression. Try and get through this traffic. We have a battle for the race lead. Cade McClenny on the inside of Aaron Huggins.
As McClenny finally decided that it's time to go. And what does Brandon Bowers elect to do? Does he push? Oh, that's contact between your 2 race leaders. The dead heat going into turn number 3. That's going to take a big send from this 05 if he wants to hold the lead. He's going to go for it. What does that 24 do? The 05 is loose. Huggins cuts him a break. And he'll shove him down the front stretch. Oh, and he almost... It's not over. It might be now, but holy cow. 3 wide for third. Failvich trying to find a way through. All over the back of Brandon Bowers.
They're trying to work together to get themselves closer to the leaders.
Now, I'm curious to see how Perrin Huggins responds. He's had the lead for pretty much the entirety of this race. What does he do now? You can't call it traffic per se, but it is dirty air in a sense. But this is probably the farthest back he's been the entire night, so it will change how the car drives. See how he tries to get back by him. There still is 1 pit stop left, and the pit window is open.
He is having issues with his connection right now. And that is
contact further back. James Jimmy Fillers. Ooh. Tenold and Von Henschel. Von Henschel up into the wall. Fillers way down low. They survive for now. Just outside the top 10. Frady trying to clear. Von Henschel. He'll do so. Huggins looking to the inside. Yep, here he goes. It's going to take a big send from that 24 to get the lead back. Able to do so. Now here comes Brandon Bowers. Could it be 3 wide? Where's he take his run? More contact between the top 2.
Cody B. Johnson to deal with.
And he just came out. He made his last pit stop.
That is not a slow car in front of him. So
it is not. He's going to have fresh tires. He could pull these guys around the racetrack. Brandon Bowers to the outside. McClenny going to work with Huggins. He wants the draft from that 08. Lucas Reed off the racetrack. No caution. Bowers almost into the wall on the entry of 1. Trying to clear Huggins. Thomas Green right there as well. Failvich, Chira, Pinder loose off of turn 2. We have a race on our hands, fellas.
If I'm one of these, front 5, I'm thinking about pitting early.
Joshua Parent 7th, separated by 8.5 tenths. I mean, it's all right here. The race is in the balance. Now we're still trying to clear. Where does Thomas Green go? He's going high. Huggins stays low. Failvich and Chira right there. If you're Joshua Parent, you can kind of get like a risk-free, like, hey, just pit and see what happens. You're ahead of that second group just barely. Try and pit. Out of traffic, maybe. 24 laps to go. The fuel window is open for the final stop of the night. And you can see Cody B. Johnson on those fresh tires. He is gone. He won't be much help in the draft. Bowers gets repassed by Huggins. He's going to work with him now. They don't want to let McClenny get away. That 05 was trying to break the draft. Bowers shoved that 24 right back into the lead. Great teamwork. They're not on the same team, but that was textbook bump drafting from Brandon Bowers for Perrin Huggins to reclaim the lead. McClenny desperately trying to find a way through. He
down there below the yellow.
All the way on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's going to lose some time. He might decide to make a pit stop. And that's what he's doing. Here comes Bowers right with him. Bowers! If he gets it wound up, it's incredible.
I have a hard time believing he got it wound up.
If he doesn't get a penalty, it could be a race-winning move.
Oh, and they're going to have fun because they have boxes right next to each other.
Bowers is in. McClenny is in. Who's getting off pit road first? Don't overshoot the box. Nobody does.
Yeah, I had my vote wrong.
Here we go. It's going to be 4 tires for both of them.
It have to be an immediate answer from Huggins.
And here he comes.
Huggins to Felvich.
What does Felvich do on the entry? That's aggressive! Again, Felvich going to pass him entirely. Thomas Green stays out. We're going to have to reset this, though. Randy Arms also stayed out, as does Fillers, Frady, and Tiller. Brandon Bowers took 4. I said it had to be 4 tires. Cade McClenny took 2. 10 seconds. It's a 2-tire stop, and he's got track position.
Yeah, I think Gabe learned from
Huggins
Aaron early on.
It's a 2-tire stop for Huggins as well. This could be the race. Huggins gone from the rest of the pack, but here comes Gabe McClenny. Brandon Bowers did not speed somehow, but he did take 4 tires. He'll have a lot of ground to make up in the final 20 laps. And it's about to get frantic as guys trying to rejoin and get back in the pecking order. Felvich immediately up in front of traffic. Here comes Richie, Chira, Pinder, Parent, Tennell. All trying to get back up to speed. Von Henschel, Boley, Reed, and Arms in.
I know this move's not going to work out, but Cody B. Johnson is actually ahead of Aaron Huggins right now. So if we get a late caution, he's looking real good.
Cody B. Johnson pitted on lap 73, 6 laps. Older tires than Huggins, but he does have himself in contention somehow, some way.
They do have 5 sets of tires, 1 on the car, 4 in pits.
That is
I
correct.
believe they should have an extra one. I'm not doing the math.
We saw the tire wear. I mean, 2 tires is the way to go, apparently. So we'll see if McClenny can be run down or if Cody B. Johnson can hang on. It was a 2-tire stop for this 08. He's 2 seconds behind McClenny. The top 5 have yet to pit. James Fillers leads. The top 5 all still have to make a pit stop. Right now, it is Cade McClenny on 2 tires. Perrin Huggins on 2 tires. Cody B. Johnson might not make it on fuel. He's on 2 tires. Bowers is on 4. Sean Anderson on 2. Felvich on 4. Thomas Green with 4 tires. Same with Chira. Richie on 2. Pinder, Arms, Parent, Tennell, Thornton, and everyone on back on 4 tires. I think if you give Cade McClenny 2 seconds with equal tires, I don't think he gives that up. It's more so, what can the guys on 4 tires do? Further back. Or do they even make it around? With how aggressive the racing has been, do they make it 17 laps and throw another wrench into this race? Look at this mess. And even further back, got a great big pack of cars on differing strategies, differing tires. All trying to make up ground here late. Not a lot of time left. Back up front, it is still Fillers leading. With 16 laps to go. Brandon French is in. Oh, trouble! Von Henschel went to unlap himself. Fillers into the wall. Tiller and Boley. That could be a right front toe link for Fillers. And that's what I was just getting ready to mention. If you're staying out on old tires, you find yourself with the possibility of getting run over. And that right front is busted for James Jimmy Fillers. Tiller will lead.
Someone just missed. Nick Sipple missed the entrance pit road.
Casey Herring is in. Yeah, that does not look good for Fillers. Bowman stays out. Jonathan Short stays out. Tiller finally picks up a bonus point for leading a lap.
Perrin Huggins is the running qualifying times. He actually ran a 39.1 on two tires.
Yeah, and fillers, it's 15 seconds. He's not moving. That's the right front toe link. Devastating. Here comes Tiller. There goes Bowman to lead a lap. Maybe. Very close at the line. He does get it. William Bowman, 1 bonus point. So it's only the top 2 to stay out. The gap between Cabe McClenny and Perrin Huggins, 1.1 seconds. He's in the draft.
Bowman did not lead that lap.
How did he not?
He's beat by Tiller. Still shows Tiller.
That's crazy.
He might if he stays out this lap, though.
He's on the low line. We'll see. And he'll pick up the bonus point this time. Schwartz would love to salvage something from this race. A bonus point would do that. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. If you're Perrin Huggins, you're in the draft, you realize that you might be in the catbird seat here. The guys on 4 tires are not catching you. And if you're in the draft and you're on a one-on-one, that's all you need right there.
If he gets to Cabe, and that's going to be a pretty strong if, I think he'll have to move him to get around him.
I think he'll get there, because think about it. Now they put it on the same lap. Actually, McClenny was a lap before him, so Perrin has a lap fresher tires as well. So he's got 1 lap fresher tires. He'll be pulled along in the draft. I think Perrin Huggins is in the catbird seat here.
Yeah, but Perrin's been running, like you said, qualifying times. Like, got down to a 39.1. He's getting everything out of these tires he can.
Yeah, he was 2.1 seconds back. Does he burn up his stuff before he gets there? Because Cabe's not going to roll over and give it to him, that's for sure. He's going to go for it. I mean, it's going
to be a good battle.
Because we've seen how many times before in the past where guys that pit 4 or 5 laps early, they get caught and they can't put up a fight. Cabe McClenny's going to put up a fight. This will be about as even as you get it in these late race situations. Schwartz is in. He does not get the bonus point. Bowman just hoping for a caution. But this will be the battle for the win. I mean, look at that. He was 3/10 quicker. I'm curious, though. We've seen Cabe McClenny do this several times, though. He's like, all right, I see you gained just a little bit, so I'm going to go into full save mode. You burn your stuff up and get to me. You get in the dirty air, and now you're stuck. Or if this is a case of Perrin Huggins just being the man to beat tonight. We'll see. I mean, he is right
Michigan.
there. He is there. It's a 2-car.
He's got 10 laps to find out.
Got plenty of time to make a move. He might make it this lap. I mean, he is flying. William Bowman is in, so this is officially the battle for the race lead. And already, down to the inside, Perrin Huggins wasting no time. Coming to 9 laps to go, and look at the send from that 24. He is clear, and he's going to pull away. 2/10 already, and he's got drafting help from Jonathan Schwartz, who just came out of the pits. I don't think... Does Cabe have a response? I mean, he just gave that to him. That was a statement right there.
Cabe might get held up by traffic if Schwartz is, going for it.
Schwartz going to have to unlap himself. 3 cars right here. He's got damage, but he's got the fresher tires, so if you're Perrin, just let him go back by. Ooh. And I think Schwartz is like, you know what? Never mind. I understand the situation. This will actually be drafting help for Cabe McClenny, though. Maybe. It's almost a bump draft. But does Cabe have anything left coming to 7 laps to go this time by? I mean, Perrin caught him 2 seconds. And it wasn't even close.
I really thought it was just Gabe saving.
It could be a new sheriff in town. I mean, he's not out of it, though. I mean, he's right there. He's a 10th and a half off, but I don't see why you'd give up track position that easily if you thought you had a little bit more in the tank. He's loose. You can see him.
He's finding that car. He also has Shorts right behind him, though, so like maybe a little arrow loose.
I mean, he's there. Can he find a way back through, though? I was about to say, it's the exact opposite now. Aaron Huggins isn't going to give it up without a fight. If you get to him, you pull to the inside, I mean, good luck. Going to 6 laps to go. He's not giving up the lead. This is fascinating stuff elsewhere. Bowers and Failovich fighting for the last spot on the podium. Thomas Green right there as well. Cody B. Johnson is actually going to recover brilliantly if he has enough fuel to get a top 10 out of this sucker. But back here, though, it's still a danger zone. We could have a caution or something. I mean, there's still a lot of racing going on back in the pack. You just don't know how this is going to shake out. At the end of these races, you just never know. But now Perrin's opened up almost 0.2 of a second.
Gabe takes these shots, and his only saving grace right now is really the fact that Shorts keeps pushing him like on the straightaways.
Yeah, I mean, he's not getting there without it. If Shorts wasn't there, he'd probably be half a second back now, and it's ball game. He gets to a car length and a half, maybe a car length exactly, but he's not getting any closer. Ryan Tiller battling away for a top 10. He's got fresh tires, so he could get up maybe 6th or 7th. He's got a couple laps left on those fresh tires. But I think this is Perrin Huggins' race. He led the most laps, qualified second in a tie. Literally a down to the 1,000 second bracket. He got second. So, I mean, it was literally a statistical tie that he missed out on pole by. So he almost completed the sweep here. Pole, most laps led. And the race win. We'll see if there's a drastic move here with 3 laps to go. I say this as if Gabe McClenny's not right there. Actually, this is the closest he's been. He's got new life into him. He's to the inside. And all of a sudden, this 24 is under pressure. Dead heat at the line. Short staying out of it for now.
That lap went to Gabe. Ooh, there's contact into 1.
24 up the hill. He'll have the momentum, though, out of turn number 2. Short's now sticking with Huggins this time. Now back to Gabe McClenny. He's playing both sides.
He just wants a good finish. He wants to see him 2 wide at the line.
He said, hey, this is me. I'm here. Oh, look at the 05. Loose into turn number 3. 24 has the momentum around the outside. That could have been the last gasp. It might have been. That could have been it from the 05's point of view. He makes one move at it.
I mean, he's still got help from Shorts.
Yeah, but it's 2 laps to go. And I mean, that was it. Thomas Green is coming in. Oh, he's got huge damage. Right front toe link destroyed. That 05 trying to stay in the draft, but that was a beautiful lap from Perrin Huggins. He's got 2 car links. So they come through 3 and 4. Shorts way up high. If Gabe has anything left, he's going to have to use it this lap. Here comes a shot from the 58. He's trying to get that photo finish. But it's 3/10 at the line. White flag race is official. Perrin Huggins 2 miles around. 2/10 into turn number 1.
Send into 3 and 4.
There is a little bit of lap traffic just ahead. Pulling down to the inside, though, it's Nick Sipple. Huggins going to use him for a draft. Sipple's trying to stay out of the way. And that's all that Perrin Huggins needed, just that little bit of draft. That '05 makes a big send. Back end slides out from underneath him. And coming down, it is domination. Perrin Huggins wins the Michigan 100 in dominating fashion. And how about in all of this, it's going to be a Ryan Tiller podium. At the line, I think Cody B. Johnson's running out, but he'll recover to 9th. Chris Pinder, 10th. Fillers had an incident down the back straightaway with just getting boxed in there. He gets turned by Thornton. He'll finish 27th. And then Thomas Green had an issue in the closing stages. Let's take a look at what happened to him. He came in with coming to 2 to go. Brandon Bowers had an incident. Oh, this is the incident with Thomas Green. Oh, it's Failvich snapping. What in the world? No caution in the closing stages. And I wondered how Ryan Tiller got up there. They all took each other out. Holy cow. Yeah, I mean, here comes Ryan Tiller. He's on the fresh tires. And everyone in front of him is wrecking. Randy Arms has to slow down for the wreck. That's a teammate on the... what in the world was going on in the closing stages of the Michigan 100? Oh my goodness. That is crazy.
Can't wait to find out why there wasn't a caution there. I mean, they do. I believe they have iRacing cautions on.
That is crazy. But let's go ahead and get an interview here with your race winner. Yeah. Here with the race winner, Perrin Huggins. Season did not start out the way you would have wanted to at Daytona. Got off sequence with the pit stops and ended up in the 30s. But take a week off. You come back. You're in a statistical tie for pole. I mean, it was literally decided by the 10 1000s bracket. You go from there and you dominate the race. You just had the clean air and you put on a great performance. Came out on that last stop 2 seconds behind Cabe McClenny, and you ran him down, passed him, and then held him off. And I mean, you dominated this race.
Yeah, it was a fun and wild race for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure why he knocked me the racetrack pitting. And I said I'm pitting, and he still dove low for some reason. It's fine. It's just business. I have the win, so it don't matter. But it was fun, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a really solid drive. Composed under pressure. You were under, a lot of it there at the end. You had Cabe McClenny breathing down your neck, and you were able to hold him off. And it's a really well-deserved win. Congratulations.
Yep. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a nice night. All right.
You too.
Have a good one.
Yep. Here with the second place finisher.
Nope.
No, we don't got him. Don't got him. Hey, there he is, Cabe McClenny.
Yes, sir.
Coming home a strong P2 tonight. At times looked like he had the fastest car. Battling out with Perrin Huggins, Nick Miller at times. You come out ahead on that last stop. Did you have anything left for Perrin? I know you guys are going at it really, really hard those last 20 laps.
No, not really. I just messed up strategy call. Normally I'd have Doug's for those situations, but I didn't really have him. So, yeah, I was wondering about taking 2 or wondering about taking 4, and I just didn't have really time to click it when I was coming to pit road. I was just trying to get underneath him and mix it up. Maybe him not be able to get to pit road and it worked. I'm just going to get 4 on it. But I think if I would have been able to pit 4, I could have. But no, that was a hell of a battle. We raced Perrin the whole race, it seemed like. So that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously not the race you would have wanted 2 weeks ago at Daytona, just typical Daytona. But getting back into the mile and a half, 2 miles, you got the typical speed that we saw last season, and finally got the momentum and kind of kickstarting your season the right way now in race 2.
Yeah, Michigan's definitely not one of my favorite tracks, so I want to go to more like a going a shorter track where you got a drag brake or more skill to it. These big tracks and not really too much lifting and a lot of drafts. I struggle with, but no, it was a good one. We ran pairing. I guess hell, it seemed like most of the people that ran in the top 5 of the race hated me, so that's gonna be fun the rest of the season. Oh God. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. So I'm excited. Finally took an extra race, but finally got a podium. So
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the solid P2. We'll let you get any shout outs in if you have any.
yes, sir. Just yeah, thanks, Doug, Nick, Matt. Matt actually had a good run for I think his first next gen race, so that was good for him. Yeah, TTSL kind of been talking to them guys, and we've been working a little bit together, so been cool talking with them. And go check out my YouTube KO5.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you next week. I don't know where we race next week, but we'll see you next week.
I don't know either. All right, see you, man.
Kansas.
Thank
We'll
you,
see you there.
Kansas?
Yep.
Oh, I'll be good there.
All
right,
right.
I like
looking
that.
forward to it.
All right.
Ryan Tiller podium here at Michigan in the Taco Bell car. Really don't need to say anything else, but you had a wild race. You were up inside the top 5 at times, top 10 battling, get involved in a restart wreck when we got a CMS money shift, and battling back from that, coming to the closing stages. The pitch strategy's all over the place. You go long, running people down at the end. You see 4 or 5 guys wreck in front of you, and you come out of here with a podium after all of that chaos.
Yeah, that first sentence that you said, I still don't believe it. But anyways, yeah, great finish for us. I'm gonna say finish with an emphasis, not race. Definitely had some hardships throughout the race in the Liv Moss Taco Bell 23 Toyota Camry. That's a mouthful to say. But stuck through it. We had that damage, like you said, on the restart. Wanted to repair that, so the what was it? The last caution that we had, we came down, finished getting the damage repaired. We went ahead and said, "Screw it, we're gonna take 4 tires." That just leaves us 1 set, and the strategy was run long, get as little fuel in it as we can, take right sides only, and it wound up working. It freed the car up in a long run and allowed us to catch the guys that were running qualifying laps right out of the last pit stop. So, um, great feeling car there at the end. I was like a second down from Alex Chira from on the second to last lap, and I was like, I got to put my foot in it. Let's go. So,
and able to get it on the podium. You were flying those last couple laps. Great to see. And we'll let you get any shout outs in if you have any.
always like to give a shout out to you guys. Without you guys, people aren't watching, obviously. You guys do an awesome job broadcasting. Shout out to Michael McElroy and the whole admin staff and the ARS. They are awesome. Obviously, without them, we're definitely not here. Third, my wife for letting me contribute to this league every single week the way I do. And then fourth, and definitely not last, all of my teammates at the YJ Media Motorsports team. They help get me ready for each and every week, even though I suck. You know, they're training me to be better, and it's definitely showing. Leading some laps, getting obviously this podium, even though we probably shouldn't have gotten it. I got it, so
Yeah, we'll take them how you can get them for sure. Definitely, congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Kansas.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, we'll go do our team talks now, and yeah, we'll be going down the list.
And a little too
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Here with the TTS Motorsports boys. How are we doing after a crazy race at Michigan?
Kind of annoyed.
Peachy.
We got Alex Chira leading home the group effort tonight, P4.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll take a P4. I mean, especially after Daytona, it didn't really go super well for us. Thought I had the P3 there for a second, but Ryan made a good run at the end and just got me right there. So, but I'll take it. I'd say one of my better performances. I've put some practice in this week, so nice to see it pay off this week.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
for sure.
Had
Nice to see that number 9 up front.
Yeah, had great speed and got a deserving result. Kyle Ritchie with one of the most wild P8s you'll ever see. Damage right off the rip, essentially. Just having to battle back from that, and to talk about how you were able to come home top 10 tonight.
We had the greatest race at Michigan ever. Wrecked a million times. Still managed to get a top 10 out of it. We'll take it and forget about Michigan, and hopefully it's never on the schedule again.
Fair enough. And then
second that.
yeah, and then really I feel bad for Failvich. He had a great car all night, and he's gonna be like, "Hey, I did not deserve my
Yeah.
result."
Yeah, we had an up and down thing. So I actually had missed the start because I was having shifter issues. It would
That's
go
what it
down
was.
a gear, but it wouldn't go up a gear. So I had to go out, reset it real quick. Got that caution right away, which was kind of nice and not stressful for once. So we had restarted like 28th. By the end of the first pit stop, we were up to like 10th. So I was like, okay, we got something. Next run, we were quick the whole run. I was feeling good. Got to the front, pushed a little too hard on the last thing, got the caution pitted. Thought we were going to be in a good spot. Maybe could have had a chance for it, but at least go for a podium. And then I saw Bowers and Green start to get together in 3. So I figured, all right, back up the corner, cut it down, make it 3 wide. You never know. And maybe they do it the next corner. And then going in the middle 1 and 2, I saw Green get loose and start to come down the track. I figured he's either going to hook me or I could just try to put some wheel in it, give it a little bit of throttle to avoid it. I don't know if there was neck hold at all, if it was just a car snapping to the right, but like I told Bowers, I mean, I feel like we were SOL on that one anyway. Either I would have got hooked into him, or the overcorrect just killed us both.
Right, yeah. We didn't even see it, no offense. We were watching the Battle for the Win, and we go back and look. It's like, oh, Ryan Tiller gained like 8 spots in 2 laps. How did it happen? And we go back, and, well, that's how it happened.
Oh, yeah, no. It was fun racing with them for sure. It just sucks that, like, you know, a bunch of the TTSL Motorsports Racing Incorporated, presented by Dale Jr. boys, had a lot of trouble tonight, but...
it's been a while since I heard that, so...
Yeah, I'm surprised I got off the tongue well.
That's good. I needed that back in my life, but glad to hear it. Casey Herring here as well with you guys, coming in from the next up as well.
Yeah, he had a great race. He I don't know what happened to him. He was running like 15th all day. I wrecked him once, and then
yeah, he had a up
I don't
and
even
down
know where
day.
he finished.
Yeah, he got 14th after all. He was back and
Oh,
forth.
probably hope I unmute.
That would help. But Casey Herring, your next gen debut, a wild 14th place finish.
Yeah, it was a wild race. Not as eventful as Kyle's, but yeah. That wreck he got in, I don't remember who it was, but they went left and I decided to go left, and I got like 30 seconds more damage. So I just rode around hoping when they all pitted somebody would wreck, and I stayed out. Nobody did, so I wound up pitting, and I think I came back to 15th, 14th?
14th.
Unfortunately, with Dylan's, whatever happened with him at the end. But I'll take the spots. I mean, it's a wild race.
Yeah, absolutely. Great recovery drive, and always a pleasure, fellas. We'll see you next week at Kansas.
Thank you.
Oh, boy. That's okay. Thanks.
We're going to run the fence next week.
Yeah, it's going to be...
It's going to be a race.
You know what you got to do for that week? You got to, like, get a wall counter set up for every time you see someone just, like, knock the wall down.
Hey, that's for Darlington.
You'll see the 9-car nair lot.
Fair enough. But looking forward to it, fellas, and we'll see you next week.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
See ya.
Here with the YJ Media Contingent. Ryan, we already talked to you, so overperformer. But here with Casey Brown, Jonathan Schwartz, and Randy Arms. Kind of a mixed bag of results. Randy, pretty solid. Schwartz didn't really get off the starting block. Lap 1 incident. And Casey Brown had the crank it up curse tonight. We were cranking it up, and pans to you sit in the middle of the backstretch.
Yeah, it was a very eventful night. Started with losing connection.
That too,
and,
yeah.
Got back in and was just riding around, pitted, and I don't know, it hooked left or right, whichever. It went both ways, and we were just sitting on the middle of the backstretch. I was afraid to move because I saw a lot of cars coming at me, so I just sat there and they threw the caution, so I apologize to everybody for messing that up. But then after that, lost connection once again. So, yeah, it was a very... I can't cuss really that much, but it was it was a bad race.
Yeah, it was interesting though. It just showed the scene. We're trying to crank it up, and I'm just like, hey, he's not cranking it up. He's just sitting there. That was an interesting. It was somewhat humorous. He's just hanging out.
I'm glad I could make some humor out of something for y'all, because it wasn't humorous on my side.
Right, Randy, you come on with the top 5 to lead the group effort. You had some solid speed all night tonight.
Yeah, we were terrible at the start. Couldn't see my right front at all. Was slow, and then ended up getting damaged right after I pitted, and that slowed me down. And actually, I think Casey's yellow kind of turned my race around. I was able to pit just to get my damage fixed, and somehow learned how to drive the car a little better. So that's pretty quick there at the end. Had to slow down when the wreck that wasn't a wreck happened with 2 to go out of 2. And or I might have been the one that got the podium there for Ryan. So um yeah. Well after everything that went on, the top 5 feels like a win.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Ryan was not lifting there. He saw double waved yellows and said, "You know what? That's too bad. I got to take it from you,
I tried
Brandon."
not to lift, and I saw a black number 11 car was a broadside, and I figured I should probably let off a little bit.
Just a tad bit, but nevertheless, you get a third and a fifth out of it. Not a bad result.
If I may interject, it is Randy that in my training that kept saying the words "keep your foot in it." So
Keep your foot in it.
to be fair,
Yes.
Is that how it is?
Yes. Just keep your foot in
Why
it.
is the soundboard not here? Oh, because we're in the team chat. Wow, gotta get that enabled. I had the audio clip for that, but oh well. And then Schwartz, yeah, you did get a chance to really show hardly anything. You got pretty junked on lap 1.
Yeah, that
22.
was an eventful night for me.
Yeah, but
it's just a night of attrition, but gained the spots back that I could, so we'll be all right.
Absolutely, just sticking it out, getting the points, and plenty more races to come.
Yep.
All right, fellas. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night, and then next week at Kansas.
Yeah, can't wait.
Right, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Devin Galvin, hard fought
Hey, how's it
12th
going?
place finish. You were battling out there, and now you're the sole representative in the post race media. So how obviously TGR picking up the win with Perrin. You come home 12th. There's Tenold. But yeah, how was y'all's race?
Oh man.
It was
Well,
great,
considering it was good, but considering this guy about freaking wrecked us on the last lap.
Well, look, man.
Considering that, it was a good race.
You were coming to 2 to go, man. There are no friends at 2 to go. I'm sorry, man.
Making it sound like Daytona, but Tenold, you get 12th at Daytona, 11th here, so very consistent start to your season. You get a win through Perrin. Devin, you had a better finish than Daytona, so got some momentum on your side.
For sure.
Absolutely. This whole team's got some momentum going right now.
Oh
It's
yeah,
great.
man. Both of our series teams are kicking ass right now. Shout out to Dolly again for winning Bristol in the next up series. That was crazy. But tonight's awesome. We won a cup race. We won a cup race.
And rest in peace to Dolly's wallet if Perrin keeps driving what he's driving.
Oof.
Yes. Trinity PC has agreed to sponsor, actually pay us to win races with the logo on the car. So
Trinity PC is offering payouts on certain finishes if we finish above I think top 5.
Dolly, if you're listening, get that wallet ready because Perrin's coming to collect.
Sure.
Crazy. But yeah, congratulations. Great team effort tonight. And look forward to seeing you guys at Kansas.
For sure.
All right, thank you guys. See you guys next week.
Yep. And Jarrett Talmadge finally getting to talk to Planet Sim Esports. Thomas Creed, a heartbreaker for him, losing a potential podium in the final couple of laps. And Talmadge, you really, again, same thing I told to Schwartz. You didn't really get out of the starting blocks here tonight, involved in that crash on lap 1, took the whole front clip from you.
Yeah, I made it about as far as it takes me to get to my sim rig in the race. So that was enjoyable. I don't know. Never been more disappointed with a home race in my life. Made it to turn 2, and that was it.
Yeah. Pit crew eventually got the front clip back on for you. You kept battling, picked up a couple of cheap spots here and there, but obviously going to be looking for more next week at Kansas for sure.
Yeah, the number 27 boys, I'm going to take them out for a nice steak dinner. They stayed in it all race even though we were out of it. I'm hoping I get a couple yellows to fly my way there and stay on the lead lap. Felt like we probably could have finished top 20 if we did, but didn't fall our way. And yeah, that's it's just unfortunate to get taken out lap 1 like that.
I definitely can understand the disappointment, and hopefully looking for some positive momentum getting started next week at Kansas for you guys.
For sure.
Absolutely. But that is everyone that stuck around to talk. Team-wise, there's a lot going on in the post-race admin chat, so we just need Art to hop back in here. And there he is. Art, your final thoughts on tonight's race?
Very enjoyable. I love, the calls down there at the end. The battle between Gabe and Perrin. I really thought Gabe, had a little something extra at the end, but
he almost did. Lap with 2 to go. He had one last shot at it, came up just a little bit short. But Perrin Huggins wins by 0.2 of a second, and all sorts of chaos breaks out behind. Ryan Tiller takes advantage, gets the podium, passing Alex Shearer on the last lap. Matt Frady, how about it in your debut, P6? Really good run for Chris Pinder as well. 2 top 10s in 2 races. Same thing for Cody B. Johnson, who drove an incredible recovery race. Cody B. Johnson was nearly a lap down at one point. Some solid results there. Casey Herring 14th in his next-gen debut. Von Henschel 16th in his season debut. So we got some good results for those guys, and they're off and running on the board. And guys looking to get some positive momentum from Daytona. And some guys that had the opposite effect this week. But all the way down, we had 23 cars on the lead lap. Schwartz, the first car, 1 lap down. And then you see the guys that were impacted by the various incidents tonight, all the way down to Joshua McQuiggan, who made it a couple 100 yards before causing the big one on lap 1. Doug Ezel parked it. Nick Miller parked it. He had to go fulfill some other obligations. Scarbo damaged. Richard had to park. Travis DeLeon with a money shift. Rudick, left front toe link. Cale McClenny, internet connection. French damaged. Casey Brown. We heard what happened to him. Same thing with Talmadge. We saw what happened to Fillers. Multiple incidents. With the 75, one of them, and they finished one in behind each other. And then Thomas Green, heartbreaker on the final 2 laps to finish out the various lap down cars. That was a wild Michigan race, all things considered. Very crazy. But congratulations again to Perrin Huggins on the win, his first of the season. Tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, we head to the round of 12 finale for the LSRL Xfinity Series. We're going from 12 to 4, and we will determine our championship 4. It'll be at Auto Club tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time for the Harris Hill Amusement Park 200, and then we're back here next Monday night at Kansas for race 3 of the Next Gen Series, and then next Tuesday night, Las Vegas, the Wilder Graphics Championship 210 for LSRL. So we got a bunch of exciting stuff coming up. Be sure to follow so you don't miss a second of your favorite leagues and drivers, and we'll see you tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern. Y'all take care.